Hi, my name's Ashton and welcome back to Ashton's EDC. In today's video, I know some of you have been waiting a little while for this. It's taken me a bit to put together, but I'm finally doing the video on my keychain sized EDC flashlights. I've showed some of them off in the past. I do have quite a few of them. And so I'm going to go over them today. I'm going to talk a little bit about how each of them works, a little bit about their lumens, charging, that kind of thing. I'm not going to go into super in-depth detail on each, as I do have quite a few to get through, but I'll show off each of the different color variations and everything like that. Yeah, and just really share all of them that I have in my collection. Like I said, I know some of you have been waiting for this video, so it's finally here. But we'll just get right to it. I'll turn the camera down towards the table and we'll take a look. Alright, so here we are taking a look at my collection of small keychain flashlights. First off, I'll just talk about how I store them. So I keep them in these two micro cases from Pelican. This one here is the Pelican 10-15 micro case series, just a hard case from Pelican. This one is the 1010, as you can see right there. This is just what I've decided to use, to store my flashlights. Easy enough to just open this up and grab whichever one I want to use, or to put on my keychain or whatnot. So first we'll take a look at the flashlights that are in this container. You can kind of get a bit of a sneak peek there, but all of these are from Olight. I have quite a few. I'll just set this off to the side and we'll take a look. So it does open with this latch here. And first up, we'll look at these two. Now these are the Olight iTHX. I don't really know why Olight names their flashlights or how they do it, but this is the iTHX. Super compact, small keychain flashlight. I do have two of them, one in red and one in green. And these are, most Olight flashlights will have a similar functionality, but they operate in a kind of a twist function. So to turn it on, you'll twist, then it will come on at the low mode, which is 5 lumens, and then if you continue to twist, it will come on in the high mode, which in these ones is 150 lumens. So pretty bright. Just all these are really great for a keychain flashlights. Not super bright, but bright enough to be able to walk to your house at night, or look for your keys in your bag or something like that. So I do have the two of them, and super tiny. As you can see, they're just over 1.5 inches long, and probably about 1/2 inch thick. So super small. Now both of these charge via micro USB. So part of what allows them, I believe, to be a little bit smaller is because of the micro USB. But to do so, you would just unscrew here, untwist, then it pops out. Then you have the micro USB charger right there. So you just pop the micro USB in there and you can charge them, and they last for quite a while, obviously, depending on how much you use them. They do have this little key ring there, as you can see. What I often will use to attach these is I'll use one of these Night Eyes S-Beaners. This is kind of my go-to for putting these on my keychain, but definitely super compact. I'll do the weight for these. I have this little scale here just to give you a bit of an idea. So in grams, comes in at just about 15 grams, 14.9, and about 1/2 ounce, 0.525 ounces. So incredibly lightweight. You probably hardly would even notice that these are on your keychain. So really great, super tiny ones from Olight. All right, next up is this one. Now this is called the i3E EOS. I do have a couple of different colors, so I'll get to that in a minute. And this is super basic, but really like this flashlight from Olight. It just has one mode. It uses a AAA battery, so it's not rechargeable, but AAA batteries, you probably have a bunch laying around in your house, and you can get them pretty much anywhere. This one twists again to turn on. You twist, and it comes on at 90 lumens. So pretty good brightness, not super bright again, but really great for the size especially. Has the keychain or key ring there. And then you just untwist from the head here, and then you can see you've got your AAA battery. Just a really great compact keychain flashlight. So this one I have in black. I do have several other colors as well. I have this, which I have two of these, which I believe this is called the Antique Copper. I don't think it's actually made it in copper, but it just has that copper look. Pretty cool. I have two of these. And then I have this one. This is in their snowflake green. Pretty cool winter theme there. Oops. And one more. I have this one. I think this is called Royal Blue or Regal Blue or something like that. Kind of shiny, got a really nice color with these nice kind of white lines there. This is one of my favorite colors of the i3E. As far as the weight, let's take a look. In ounces, 0.6 of an ounce, so just over half an ounce. And in grams, 18.6 grams. So again, super lightweight, a bit heavier than the iTHX. That one's a bit of a mouthful, but still super compact and lightweight. Now another one that I have, this was actually I believe the first keychain EDC flashlight that I ever got. It is from Olight. This is their previous version, and it is called the I1R2 EOS. Very similar to the iTHX, pretty much identical. They don't make this one anymore. I believe they've sort of transitioned them to this style. But again, I believe it has the same lumens. Twist to get to 5, then to 150, and unscrew, and it will pop out, and it charges with micro USB. So yeah, this is the first one that I ever got that kind of started me into the keychain flashlight collection. This one's kind of in that kind of seafoam green or sage green. So pretty cool one there as well. Then next, we're getting to the most well-known flashlights, keychain flashlights from Olight, and that is the I1R2 Pro. Now, these ones, along with quite a few of these ones, you often can get them for free when you order off of the Olight store. If you order over a certain amount, you can get one of their keychain flashlights for free. And a lot of the times you can get bundles where you might buy a certain flashlight, and for a couple bucks more, you can add one of these in. So that's why I've collected such a large amount of them, is because you can get them for free or for pretty cheap during their sales. But this is the I1R2 Pro. This one, again, all have that same function. Twist to turn on. Low is 5 lumens, and then high is 180 lumens. So a bit brighter than the iTHX. And, of course, these ones charge with USB-C. So that's kind of the main feature that you get with these, is the USB-C charging. Once again, has a keychain there, or keyring on the back. You can see the I1R2 Pro. And this is in black. I do have another one in black. Right there. I'll give the weight on these ones as well. In grams, 21.7 grams. in ounces, about 3/4 an ounce, so 0.765 ounces. I haven't really done the measurements on these, but you can see this one comes in at almost exactly 2 inches and about 1/2 inch thick. The i3E a little bit longer, just under 2.5 inches, and again they're all about that 1/2 inch in thickness. I got another one here of the i1R2 Pro, this one in blue, just another different color variation. They have, I don't even know how many, quite a lot of different colors. They always introduce new colors and new patterns and all that kind of thing into these flashlights. So there's the blue one. Now next, I believe these might have a different name. Yeah, so these are the iXV. I believe they released these for their 15th anniversary or something. And it does have something to do with these sort of tick marks along the side. So I think there's 5 on the top and 10 on the bottom or something like that. So a little bit different of a look compared to the i1R2 Pro, but exactly the same size and exactly the same function. Twist to get to low, twist again to get to high. And again, these are also charged with USB-C. So I've got this one here in this kind of metallic blue, which is pretty nice. Got another one, iXV, in this kind of desert tan, pretty nice color as well. And then I've got one in titanium. Pretty cool. I believe this one is one of those limited edition ones where you can only get if you have an account and you can redeem for points or something like that. But definitely glad to have this one in my collection as well. And then we've got one more, and this one is called the iMorse. Again, identical to the i1R2 Pro and the iXV in its functionality, but it does have a Morse code message on the side here. I don't remember what it says. I remember I did translate it at one point. If you want to try and figure it out, you can. Hopefully you can see that. It's got the ticks and dashes there. But again, kind of a cool one. This is in the gunmetal gray color. And twist to get to 5 lumens, and again to get to 180. And same as all the others, charged with USB-C. So there's the lights in my collection from Olight, and those all are stored in here. Not sure what this is from. It's from another flashlight, I believe. But yeah, those are all stored in here. And then in the other container, I have the keychain lights from other brands. So I'll just put these away quickly. Again, I do have quite a lot of them, but I enjoy having each one. I like to cycle them out on my keychain every so often just to get some different colors, different sizes. Yeah, they're fun, and they're great for putting in kits. All of these will fit inside of an Altoids tin as well. You just really can't go wrong. And if you've ordered lights from Olight in the past, you've probably gathered a few of these along the way as well. And they all fit in here just perfect. So there we go. Next up, we've got some other lights in this container. On the outside here, we've got this. This is from Night Eyes. This is a little, you just press it once and it turns blue, press it again and does a flashing blue. I think this is actually meant to go on a dog's collar, but you can put this on a backpack or something. I just have it clipped on here. Now, let's take a look here. So first up, I've probably shown this in a few videos as well. This is the Fenix E03R. Really great, it's pretty small, compact keychain flashlight. Comes in at just a bit under 2 inches and about 1 inch thick. or wide, I guess you could say. This one charges with USB-C right here on the side. I have this little gasket there to charge with USB-C. It's got a keychain on the back there, and just a really great size and form factor, super slim, kind of a dog tag-esque kind of shape to it. And as far as the functionality and the lumens, this one does have a few more options and output than the Olight. I'm not a big fan of the interface on this, but we'll get into that right now. So if you were to press this button once, nothing happens. In order to get to turn it on, you have to double press. Double press, I believe. So I do always have a bit of an issue with this one, just trying to remember how this one works. There we go. So you have to double press, a bit finicky. That's definitely the issue that I have with this, is it's just a bit tricky to get it to turn on and off and remember how it works. So double click and it will turn on. And then pressing once, it will cycle from low, which is 5 lumens, medium, which is, if you press and hold, it'll come on at Eco, which is 5 lumens. Press once, it'll come on at low, which is 30 lumens. Once more, medium, which is 80 lumens. And then high, which is 260 lumens. So I do apologize about that, but it kind of proves my point how I just have a hard time remembering the button presses and the user interface in order to turn this on. So I do believe that it is a press and hold, then it will come on, then single click, and you can cycle through, and then press and hold again to turn off. Now this does also have a red light. So as you can see here, it has 2 different emitters there. You can see the light comes out of the one on the left. And so if you press and hold to come to Eco and then press and hold again, press and hold and keep holding, then you'll get to a red light, which is 4 lumens. Press it once and it will turn to a red flashing light. So kind of cool to have as an option, I guess, for emergencies or something like that, or if you wanted to use this to preserve your night vision. I don't find a whole lot of use for a red light, but it is kind of cool that it is here as well. And we'll get the weight in ounces. Comes in at 0.78 ounces. And in grams, 22.1 grams. So again, super light and compact. Then we've got another one from Fenix. Kind of a different one. Maybe not exactly keychain, but I thought I would include it because it is a super compact one. This is called their E-Lite. This is discontinued now. I'm not sure if you can find it on Amazon. For all of these lights, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description down below to Amazon. That is an affiliate link as well, so feel free to check that out. But yeah, this one is the E-Lite, pretty cool. Has a couple of different functions and modes. This one also does charge with USB-C right there on the bottom. Has a nice big deep clip. You could probably attach a key ring here on the end as well. I believe it looks like there's a little loop for a key ring there too if you wanted to. And then how this one works is you press and hold and it'll turn on the light here on the end. And then just by single pressing, it will rotate from low, which is 5 lumens, medium, which is 45 lumens, and high, which is 150 lumens, and then press and hold again to turn off. And the button, you might not be able to see, but it is here on the side. There is a little bit of an indent right here. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera. You can't really see, but there's a little bit of an indent there for your finger to slot in, and then pretty easy to use. And then there also is this kind of side light functions. And so to turn that on, you press and hold and keep holding. So similar to how you get to it for the E03. So then you have a red light, press again, and it will turn into a red flashing light. Press again, it will go to blue, and once more to blue flashing. And then press it again, it will go back to red. Then press and hold to turn off. So definitely a really cool one from Fenix. Again, I don't know how much how much I would use the red or blue, but you could also clip this onto a backpack or something like that if you're biking or anything like that. Definitely has a lot of different uses. As far as the dimensions, about 2 inches right there, and just again about half an inch wide. We'll get the weight. Comes in at 17.5 grams and 0.615 ounces. So again, super compact. Really cool one from Fenix. Next up, I do actually have one other light from Olight that I forgot to mention, and that's this. This is the iMini. I'm not sure if they make this one anymore because they have come out with another version which has a USB port on the end to charge. But I really like this light, but I have a few issues with it. But we'll take a look. So this one, super simple, has the keychain ring on the back there. And you might be familiar with this. This has a magnet in here, and all you do to turn it on is you just pull off and it turns on. And it comes in at 10 lumens. Not super bright, but bright enough for, especially for the size and for what you might need to use it for. Super cool. Yeah, super cool idea. And then just put it back in. It sucks in with that magnet and you're good to go. And you can also kind of pull it a little bit and it will sort of get into a little ridge where it will turn on without coming out completely, and then just let go and it will go back in. Really cool light from Olight. I really like the idea behind this. The only issue that I have with this is that I tried putting this on my key ring, but all my keys and other things will stick to it because of the magnet, because the magnet is quite strong. So, for example, you know, if I have this as my keychain, everything does stick to it. For me, it's not the best for keychain. I have heard people putting this as a zipper pull or in a backpack or something like that on those key leashes in different bags. So I might find a use for it in something like that. But yeah, just not my favorite for keychains, because especially for your actual house keys or you know, work keys or anything like that. Just because everything will be attracted to this magnet. But it is super compact. You can see the iMini there. And this one is charged with I think 3 little tiny button batteries. And so with their newest version, they basically just added a USB port here on the back, so that you can recharge that, which I think is really cool. Definitely glad to have this in my collection. But even though the magnet is kind of a feature, I kind of see it as a bit of a drawback at the same time. All right, next up, I'll just talk about this one real quick. I think I picked this up from a dollar store. It's kind of cool, kind of a glow stick type light. So if you just press, it will turn on, but then you can slide this button forward and it will turn on. Kind of gives you a little bit of a glow stick, just kind of cool. I included it in here. It does have a little spot there for a key ring. It's kind of a fun one. I picked up for a couple dollars, I think, from a dollar store. Next up, I've shown this on the channel before. I keep this in my micro EDC essentials pouch, but I just realized I didn't give the weight on this or the dimensions. This comes in at just over 1 inch and probably about 1/4 inch thick, so super tiny, as you can see. And as far as the weight, it will probably magnetize to this. So it comes in at 0.4 ounces or 11.4 grams. And for this one, it probably will weigh hardly anything, 5.5 grams or 0.195 ounces. All right, But then here we've got the Nitecore TINI 2, or TINI 2. I've always said TINI 2, as you can see there. Really great keychain flashlight from Nitecore. It does come with this little clip, which is really nice. Super compact, slim, very similar size to the Fenix, as you can see. As far as the width, comes in at probably about 1.75 inches, and it's about 1 inch wide. And this one has 2 buttons, as you can see, and has a little screen here. So if you press once, so I'll start off in low. So if you want to get to the lowest mode, you press and hold. So there's 2 buttons here. Hopefully you can see this one has the power symbol. This one has kind of 3 lines, which is the mode. So if you press and hold, you'll get to 1 lumen. I do apologize. Sometimes on camera, the little LCD screen doesn't always show up. But press and hold, it will say level 1, 1 lumen. And then it will show the runtime remaining. So I believe it's hours and minutes. So that's how much time you have left on this light. And it says level 1, 1 lumens. And then if you press this button again, it will cycle to 15 lumens. And the runtime available for that. This is level 2, as you can see. Press again, you'll get 65 lumens, and the runtime for that. Once more, and you'll get 200 lumens. And then again, it brings you back to 1 lumen. Really cool lights. So again, I'll just go over quickly as far as the levels go. Level 1 is 1 lumen, level 2 is 15 lumens, level 3 65, and level 4 is 200. And it does have a mode memory as well. So whatever mode you were last in, so let's say I was in 65, turn it off, turn it on again, it will come back in at that 65 lumens. I really like this screen. It's just really cool how it can show you the time remaining as well as the level that you're on. And I like the 2 buttons here. Really a great user interface, and yeah, just a really great light. And then if you want to get to the turbo, you just press and hold the mode button here. And that brings you to 500 lumens, which is extremely bright, especially for the size. Now that won't go up for very long because it will overheat, but really great if you need a quick burst of light. You got 500 lumens in this super tiny form function. And this does have a lockup function as well, which I think is really cool. To turn that on, you using the power button here, you'll kind of do a double click. So click once and then click again and hold. So once and again hold, and it will go into lockout level 1, in which you can still access turbo. But then if you do that once more, it will go into lockout level 1 and then 2. And now it's completely locked out. And you just do the same button operation to unlock it, and it will kind of show you the unlocking progress bar right there. And then it comes back on. Really cool light from Nitecore, one of my favorites. We'll get the weight here. Comes in at less than 1 ounce, still 0.76 ounces, and 21.4 grams. Super great. One of my favorites in my collection, just for the modes available and the user interface as well. Next up, this is a bit of a kind of bonus, just because I was talking about this one, and that's the Nitecore TUP. Now, obviously it does have the keychain here, although I wouldn't really personally consider this a keychain flashlight, but you definitely can do so. I thought I'd include it because I was just talking about this, and as you can see, these are very similar, just different size. So for the Nitecore TUP, it has essentially the identical user interface, as well as Lumen. So it still has the same 1 lumen, 15 lumens, sorry I'm holding it sideways, 65 and 200. But for the turbo, if you press and hold, it will give you 1,000 lumens, which is insanely bright. Already from that, my hand is feeling a little bit warm. So really ridiculous light levels. And obviously, it has the same lumen levels, but you'll have a much longer runtime because it's larger and has a larger battery. This does come with a pocket clip though. This is one of my favorite lights for EDC, but I just thought I'd mention it kind of as a bonus since it is very similar. One thing I don't know if I mentioned for the TINI 2 is this does charge with USB-C. Right here, there's the little gasket that you just pop open, and then you've got your USB-C port right there to charge it. One thing with the TUP is that this one does still charge with micro USB. So you can see it has a little gasket there on the side that you pop open, and then it does have micro USB. I do wish this was USB-C. I'm not sure if they've come out with a new version of this with USB-C. That's definitely possible. But yeah, really nice. It has the same lockout functions and essentially almost the exact same light, just larger with a bit more output and longer run times. I'll give you the weight for this one as well. In grams, comes in at 57 grams and just over 2 ounces. So definitely a bit larger. This one comes in at just about 3 inches. And is definitely just a bit over 1 inch wide, but another really great option from Nitecore. And you definitely could put this on your keyring. Something I've thought about as well is almost using this as a dangler, so you can almost attach your keys to here and use it in the reverse. So clip this to your pocket and then have your keys hang from there. That's another option that you could use as well. All right, then next up, we've got the Lumintop GT Nano. Another one of my favorites in my collection. Really cool little light. And as far as the lumens, I couldn't really find a whole lot of information as the lumens on this. But this one does function a little bit differently in how it works. So first, if you want to get to the lowest mode, you press and hold. And you get to the moonlight, and this light is a bit different as well because it's a bit more of a thrower based on, hopefully you can see there how the lens is shaped and the big reflector in there. This is definitely meant more as a spotlight versus a floodlight, but if you press and hold, it gets to that moonlight level, and then just by pressing and holding on this, it will ramp up. And then it will do a bit of a flash there to tell you that you're at the highest mode. And then press again, and it will go back down. And it will give you a bit of a flash there to tell you you're back at the bottom. So really cool. You can stop anywhere in between, whatever you think you want. Really cool. Just a different option, different functionality. But I do think it is really cool. And then if you double click, you get into your turbo mode there as well. And I couldn't find the details as far as the lumens on this, but to be fair, I didn't look too hard. But I'll link to Amazon. I believe this is still available on Amazon, and hopefully it should show it there. But really cool flashlight. It does come with a kind of different keyring than what I have on here now, but I just attached the keyring. It's got the little loop there. And as far as the charging for this is a little bit different how the charging works. So it does have a little tiny battery in here. So if you unscrew from here, you will see this super tiny, kind of almost funny how small it is, battery. And to charge it, you will put it kind of back in here as it would sit normally. And it comes with this little adapter. And so how this would work is there's a little kind of protector here. You would unscrew. and then screw this over top of the battery like this. Once that's tight, then you would just put your micro USB cable in there. This white part will turn red when it's charging, and it will turn green once it's charged. So kind of a definitely unique how it comes with this little module for charging. Definitely doesn't make it the easiest to charge because you do have to take the flashlight apart, and you also have to keep track of this, which is something I've struggled with in the past. Currently, I just keep it on this little bowl that I keep on my desk with a bunch of little miscellaneous accessories, so I know exactly where it is. So definitely not the most convenient by any means, but kind of a unique, kind of fun way to charge. And I guess if you ever needed to, you could replace the battery as well. I'm not sure exactly where you would find these super tiny batteries, but you could do so. And one downside to this, because the battery is so small, is that it doesn't last for that long. So I do find that I have to recharge this fairly frequently after using it, especially if you're using it on a higher mode. But other than that, I really like it. I think the form function is really cool. It's kind of cute. It's super tiny. It does have that kind of throw, as you can see there, kind of a spotlight instead of a floodlight. Really cool kind of mini thrower. Comes in at just over 2 inches long. Obviously the width is a little bit different because it's not the same all the way, but again, under and just over about 1/2 inch for the head there. As far as the weight, in ounces, 0.755 ounces, and 21.4 grams. So really cool. Again, one of my favorites in my collection. And then lastly, we have the Rovyvon E5. Now, again, this is a little bit large for a keychain flashlight. I did attach this little lanyard onto it, which makes it a bit longer, but you could also just attach this clip directly onto there if you wanted to. But really cool. Again, another favorite for EDC. This does come with a pocket clip as well, which clips onto the back here. But I just have some issues with that pocket clip with the, it's almost too tight. And so it actually did crack the body a little bit, but I just think it's a really cool, really good compact light. This is the E5 Angel Eyes, as you can see there. And so again, for the lumens, I didn't look for too long, but I was having a hard time finding the exact lumen levels. But as far as the user interface is, it has really several different options. So it has 2 buttons here. The button on the top controls the main light coming out the front there. If you were to press it once, it gives you your moon light level, so super dim, probably only about a lumen or so. Press it again, it will turn off. If you press and hold this top button, it will bring you into your turbo, which I believe is 500 lumens. You can see there, pretty bright, but once you let go, it will turn off. And then if you double press, it will bring you into your main mode, and then just by single clicking, it will cycle through from low, medium, and high. And then I believe if you press and hold, it will turn off. So again, single press, you get moonlight, press again, turn off, press and hold, you get turbo, and then let go, it'll turn off, and double click and single click to rotate, and then press and hold to turn off. So really cool. Again, a little bit tricky to remember all of those different steps depending on what level you want to access. But, it does take a bit of practice, but eventually you'll get the hang of it. And then it does have this side light here as well. So if you press this second button, it will bring on the side light. Hopefully you can see it come on there. You won't really be able to see because it's pretty bright in here, but that does come on. Press again, it will bring it into a second higher mode, and it kind of acts as a little bit of a lantern. So really cool functionality. Press again, it will go back, and then press and hold to turn off. And then if you turn it on, and then double click, it will bring you to a red light. And then press again, it will bring you to a red flashing. So, sorry. I apologize. It's hard to remember all of the different user interfaces for all these flashlights. So it'll bring you into the red. Press again, it'll bring you into a higher red. And then I believe if you triple click, yes, it'll bring you into a red flashing and then a red strobe. So sorry about that for the strobe warning there. But yeah, so it definitely has that as well. And then this is also a glow-in-the-dark body. So if you have the side light going for a little while, it does kind of charge it and act as a little bit of a glow-in-the-dark. I'm not sure. I probably won't be able to get that to show up on camera because it's pretty bright in here. But if you have that on for a little while, this does glow. And then another main feature of this is obviously you can charge by USB-C. But if you're out and about and it dies from the battery power, you can insert a AAA battery into here. So there's this little latch on the side, flick that up, and then rotate. And right there you can slot in a AAA battery. And there is a button combination that you have to do in order to essentially transfer over from using the built-in battery to the AAA battery. I don't remember what that is offhand, but that is a really cool option as well for just the versatility of being able to use a AAA battery. If it dies and you need to, you can stop at a gas station and buy a AAA battery if you really needed to, or you can just slot one in if you have one laying around at home. But definitely really cool. Definitely might be a little bit big for a keychain flashlight. So not counting the lanyard, it comes in at about 2 3/4 of an inch, maybe about just over 2.5, and it's just over an inch in width. Sorry, you may have not been able to see that there. So not too big, but definitely a little bit larger. And as far as the weight, and I do have the lanyard on here, so it's a bit different than just a flashlight. It's 35.3 grams, or basically 2.5 ounces. So even for its size, it's still not too big. Definitely a really unique one there as well. So there we have it, all of my keychain flashlights. I apologize for forgetting some of the user interfaces. That is the issue when you have so many. It's hard to remember, and for certain lights like the Fenix, even the Rovyvon, sometimes even though they have multiple features, that can kind of be a downside as well, because if you haven't used it in a little while, it's hard to remember the button combinations that you need to use to activate the different modes. But that's everything I have in my collection. Quite a few, but they're each different, and yeah, I really enjoy them all. So that's everything for today, taking a look at my keychain flashlight collection. I hope you enjoyed this. I know some of you have been asking for this video, so I'm glad I was finally able to do it and to share all of the lights that I have. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about any of these lights, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I'll try and respond to each question as best I can. And I'd love to hear what your favorite flashlight is for your keychain, for EEC, your favorite keychain flashlight. There's quite a lot out there. I know that I don't have nearly as many that exist, so I'd love to hear what your favorite is, or if one of these is the ones that you use on a daily basis. Let me know in the comments. I'll try and link to each of these flashlights to Amazon in the description below. That is an affiliate link as well, so feel free to check that out if you want to support the channel. Check the other links in the description below as well. I'll have links to my social media, my WordPress site, and there's a, if you want to support the channel further, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link there as well. Feel free to check that out. And if you like this video, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. And if you like the other videos I'm making, hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.